Hey, good afternoon, guys. Today we came over to the ranch. We're going to try and see if we can finish up that little Ford Ranger. Uh, Previously, we removed everything, set the heads in to get checked and surfaced. They're back, so I'm going to go ahead and slap those head gaskets on the block and torque down those heads and start assembling the rest of the engine, putting it back together. So let me see if I can finish this in today. So I've been kind of wanting to go out and start, but the sun's out. It's a little hot, but I need to get it done. So let me go ahead and walk outside and start doing this. Well, guys, there's the engine block. Head gaskets are on there. Let me go ahead and get those heads and slap them on there and get those bolts on it. I'm going to do that in time lapse, and then I'll go ahead and slow it down when I torque it down. That way I can explain the torque settings, how to torque down the bolts. Well, on this one, guys, I got to set the torque wrench. I got to set it at 55 pounds. I'm going to torque all the bolts 55, and the sequence is basically 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, and then 6, and then 7, and 8. I got to get those 55 pounds. All right, let me go ahead and get those. Okay, guys, now it's asking for us to loosen those bolts a full turn and then torque them again to anywhere between 35 and 40 pounds. So let me go ahead and do that. I have to loosen them first, and then I got to tighten them in the same sequence to between 35 and 40 pounds. Let me get that done. Okay, guys, now that we got those set at 37 pounds, I'm going to go ahead and follow the book, and it says you do a full 90 degree and then you do a full 90 degree again. So basically you're going to do a 180 on every bolt, but you're going to do it in increments of 90 degrees and then another 90. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and do that. Well, guys, I had set the torque wrench at 100 and I didn't hear it snap. It was about to, but it didn't snap. So those bolts at the end are roughly set at 95 pounds, give or take. Let me go ahead and get that other one, guys. All right. Well, guys, we got both heads torqued down. So let me go ahead and clean up a little bit in that valley so I can go ahead and get that upper intake on there. So let me do some cleaning real quick, and then we'll come back to putting the intake on. And I finished cleaning up that intake, so let me go ahead and get that intake on there. All right, give me 1 second. Well, guys, now that we got intake on there, now we can go ahead and get our push rods and our rockers back in place. Well guys, we got our rockers and our push rods in place. We got to get our exhaust manifolds and valve covers, and well, we just have to install the rest of the stuff. Bracket for the AC, alternator, all that good stuff. So I'm going to continue and see how far I can get. I think I showed you guys, well, the torque specs on the head, and that was the most important, I think. So the rest I can go ahead and do in time lapse, and I'm pretty sure you guys will get it. So let me go ahead and continue, guys. Well guys, now it's time to get those little gaskets on the plenum and get that plenum on that engine. Sorry I didn't get those valve covers recorded, guys. My battery died, so I had to charge the phone for a bit. So, but all I did was put that little those two little valve covers on there, and that's it. I'm barely at this, so let me go ahead and get this on before the battery dies again. So let me get started, guys. I'm going to do it in a time frame. Well guys, it's already dark, so we're going to go ahead and call it quits for today. Vehicle, the engine's assembled. All I got to do is I'm going to replace that radiator, which is the one that caused this issue from the beginning. So got to get that alternator on there, a couple of little hoses here and there, and I got to replace that alternator. So I'll see you when I can get to that one. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow or Tuesday. So well guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.